the situation in Belgium.
Palestinian Foreign Minister says there's no prospect of a ceasefire following Israel's rejection of a deal. Talking to Euronews, he said Israel's Prime Minister wants to extend the war.
Israel never gave us any impression that they are looking for a ceasefire. To the contrary, Netanyahu wants to prolong the war. Netanyahu wants to extend the war. He was surprised, as much as all the Israeli leadership were surprised, when Hamas accepted that deal. And that exposed them very much.
Do you think there's any hope that that could be resuscitated, that ceasefire negotiation, or is it finished for now?
I don't think that, there is any possibility for, cessation or a ceasefire. Netanyahu knows very well that, if there is going to be a cessation of hostilities for a time being, it's going to be very difficult after 145 days or 175 days to resume, the killing. Because, during that period, Americans and many others would intervene in order really to make what is really temporary, to make it permanent. So he's very much afraid of that, because he knows the moment that war ends, his political career will end.
Netanyahu and his military advisors would say Rafah is the decisive battle because Sinwar and all of the senior Hamas leadership are likely there, along with the hostages.
Let us assume that they are correct. Let us assume that they are correct. And they will go for Rafah. What they will do? They are going to destroy Rafah. They killed 20, 30,000, 40,000 of Palestinians, mostly children and women. And then they will discover that Sinwar is still alive. And they couldn't really find any of their hostages. What they will do? The fact that he put conditions that they are unachievable in military terms, then, it's very clear that he's not really looking for a solution. He wants to drag us into a regional war. And he wants to drag the Americans into that war. And that's why President Biden was so serious in order to convince Netanyahu not to enter into Rafah.
Just before I let you go, though, just I suppose from a European perspective, do you think there is any movement on, let's say, for example, recognising Palestine as a state?
There is a movement led by Spain, with a small number of countries, including, Ireland, Slovenia, probably also Norway. Such countries will recognize, these 3 or 4 countries will recognize the state of Palestine, and I expect them to do so, in the next couple of days. With some European countries.